stuck thinking but can't remember. I'm up front and center. Cut my fingers with a knife. They broke a nail and it has grown back. Canary with the voice, cage with the lock. Not gonna say what I want to. Jump out the tree before the shakes. Don't lose too many feathers when you move the ground. Stuck thinking but can't remember. Come up front and center. Cut my fingers with a knife. We broke a nail and it hasn't grown back. Canary with the voice, cage with the lock. Not gonna say what I want to. Jump out the tree before the shakes.
tell you, what we witnessed here is a hallucination.
Topic, Jack. Saw it with your own eyes.
Well, then I don't believe my own eyes. Seems like this simply don't happen.
Jack, there is something here. Something evil.
Evil where?
There. Been waiting all this time.
Waiting for what?
For us.
I am a man. I was sick, some say could be dying, and there was an imposter, and some cheap knockoff version.
Something.
Anything.
If we die, don't bury me here.
You're not going to die.
Promise me.
Blue Jr. struggles to hold on to his interests as he becomes a recluse within his own life. He spends most of his time alone in his bunk, thinking of the past year. Grand Pink from Girl Bunk 3 is his close friend. She follows him around, trying to re-spark their former connection and fill the void of the one she truly cares about. She's become dependent on him ever since Red Meat's parents forced him to move back to the city of worship. Blue Jr. shortly answers her questions. He feels guilty around Grand Pink because of the confession letter Red Meat left behind. He looks upwards and torments himself with questions. Will Red Meat be sent up to the ocean? Is that the true path to happiness? Will we all ever be together again? The uneasiness quickly washes up his body as he feels the land shake.
All right, everyone. It is time. It is the start of the final day of Speed. No, not Speed Oxalon. Gerri Aid. I remembered. Hello, everyone. Good morning. I hope you got your coffee, your tea, your snack, your breakfast. If you don't, what are you doing? Unless you have a cat on you, there's literally no excuse. I want to thank everybody for all of the support. We have a bunch of great runs and great incentives for you today. We have a Chameleon Twist 2 race, obviously, between qwillinallthefish and popcornparfait. That's happening, like, almost right now, which is crazy. Followed by potentially the incentive of a hard mode boss rush by Quill. I've seen it. You're going to want to see it. We've got a little bit of ways to go on that. So if you want to see that, you got to get those donations in. I'm seeing a whole bunch of first-time chatters in the chat, and I love it. You love to see it. You love to see it. We have a bunch of stuff this afternoon. You can come back and see me later with the entire Team Speed Docs crew, including JR, the silent fourth member. He's not the actual silent partner. He just is very quiet. So, we're almost ready. Let me see how we're doing. Hi, Funyuns. Nice to see you. I am happy to see so many people here from everyone's chats. It's heartwarming. I will say that Quill told me just now while we were getting set up that we will hit. We will hit that incentive. We did raid MASH last night and say deep freeze. I am trying, Funyuns. I woke up recently. My throat has not, like, become elastic. I know it sounds like I'm not enthusiastic. Let Funyuns help. Oh, Funyuns. Oh, Funyuns. We do have... We have a $5 donation from Kitsune of Dreams saying, let's go Quill and Noah. Here's hoping for a good race. Thank you so much for the $5. I will do my best to keep you all updated on the hard mode incentive. We are at $38 out of $150. So a little ways to go. And then the next incentive is going to be the Powerpuff Girls blindfolded run, which is really crazy. We've only had two other blindfolded runs at our events. This would be the third. I'm really interested to see how you can beat this game in 5 minutes. We're at $9.20 out of $100. All right, everybody, it's noon. It's time. We're ready to go. You were one of those blindfolded runs, audience. We're going to take a quick pause for the cause. We're going to see a message from Gerri Aid that I made. And when we come back, we'll be live with our Chameleon Twist 2 any % race. All right, everybody, welcome back. We're here. We're ready to start our race. Hold on 1 second. We lost somebody.
Oh, we lost Noah. The other runner. She's gone.
Yeah. All right. Let's see if we can grab her. We can fix this. We have the technology. There we go.
Hey.
She's here. Holy Hang on. We have a $200 donation from Funyuns.
Oh my gosh!
Funyuns, please.
Thank you so much, Funyuns.
Wow. All right. Well, we hit hard mode, everybody.
Let's go.
In one fell swoop. And we're only $2.80 away from the blindfolded run for the Powerpuff Girls. Wow.
Hey,
thank you so much, Funyuns. We
CJ.
didn't even start yet.
Hey, CJ, can you tell us what some of the other incentives are so we can advertise them while we're running? That was the only two I had.
All right. Well, after this, our lovely Vanna White Snark Aries is going to put up the incentive for the Astalon Tears of the Earth race, which is cool. That's at 2:30. And then we have 2 for Pokemon Snap, which is a game that Quill plays.
I love Pokemon Snap.
There is an upgrade to do Jinx % instead of any %, and that is by CCNeverender. And there's also an incentive to take a picture of Gyarados, which, if you guys have seen Snap, and many of you have, you don't do that in the run. That's a bad thing. So, all right. Thank you so much to Funyuns. All right, I'm going to get more enthusiastic. I'm going to wake up. All right, when you guys are ready, why don't you introduce yourselves first? This kind of got glossed over a little bit.
Sure. I'll do a little introduction here. I'm qwillinallthefish, aka just Quill. You guys call me Quill. Makes it a lot easier to type. And today I am joined with popcornparfait, aka Noah.
Hi, that's me.
And I'm also joined with the legend himself, Mrobros. The
Hello.
absolute best Chameleon Twist series player. Has a world record in this game. We couldn't race him because it would be too unfair to anybody else that played. So we got him to commentate.
Very,
Go ahead.
very kind words.
I do want to say, Funyuns, thank you so much for meeting that incentive for me to play Boss Rush. I didn't realize that was an incentive until like 4 days ago, so I have warmed up very little for it. It's going to be a great time. Second of all, I want to point out that I will be playing Rinda, and Noah will be playing Fred. And I want you guys, as you're donating towards the incentives that CJ mentioned, to give us hashtag Rinda or hashtag Fred, Team Rinda, whatever you want to do. Let us know who you're cheering for. And lastly, I am putting it upon myself again, just like I did at Estat. Every unintentional damage I take throughout this run, I will be donating $1 for. And I called my parents, who are unable to watch this time because they're at church today, but they have graciously, blindly agreed to match that donation. So,
All right.
we'll be doing that, and that'll apply through the boss rush too. So, this is going to get rough.
Oh, look at all those Team Freds in the chat.
That's a lot of Team Freds.
You can't beat Fred. He's the best.
There's a lot of Team Freds. Really quick, we have a $2.80 donation from Mr. Gamey. And then he wrote, "Look, a blindfold." So that we have met that incentive as well. The other incentives are coming, all of you awesome people. All right, give us a countdown when you're ready. Let's get this show on the road.
All right, Mro, do you want to count us down so we can have it be fair?
All right, I'll count down from 3. So we'll go 3, 2, 1, go.
Mro, I'll
Let's
let you
rock
take
and
it away
roll.
on commentary here, and we'll just do some playing.
All right, so right at the beginning, we skipped the cutscene at the beginning, which is very nice. Nice little time save right away. And then right away, we also see a good example of the mechanic of this game, which is the tongue. So this game, you're a chameleon who has a tongue, and it's a 3D platformer, and the tongue mechanic is real nice. It really utilizes or opens up a lot of fun platforming opportunities. Basically, the tongue can grab onto pretty much any surface in the game. There's a few surfaces that it can't, but most surfaces you can grab on, and then it'll pull you to whatever you're grabbing. And this really opens up a lot of fun opportunities for like skips and shortcuts, which makes it a really fun speed game. And one of the big ways skips are done are by abusing like death zones. So whenever you fall off the stage, the game is going to put you back on where it thinks you fell off. So if you fall into a death zone that's further along, the game thinks you've already made it to that section. So we'll see an example coming up here. Both runners here are basically going to be slinging themselves into a death zone, and the game is going to put them back on stage where it thinks they fell, so now they're further along. And then coming up, we're actually getting one of the biggest and easiest time saves in the game, which is this skip here where they kind of just fall into the void. And they're going to fall onto a platform here that is actually much further along into the level. And it saves probably, they're really cutting out about a third of this level by doing that skip. And it's super easy, so it's a really nice strat even for beginners to do here.
I've never seen what's past that if you don't do the skip.
If you're doing 100% runs, you obviously have to go that way, but it's nice for any percent you get to skip it. There's a lot of situations like that you'll see where it looks like they're kind of just flinging themselves out into the void, but really they're trying to reach certain sections of the game. The way that a lot of these levels are structured, sometimes the course kind of comes back where you're able to kind of cut across and skip sections. But there's a lot of fun skips in this game, which I think makes it also for a really fun race game, because there's a lot of opportunities for people to catch up or fall behind, so no one's really quite out of it.
I might count out loud when I take an unintentional damage just so I can keep track of it. I've taken one.
Yeah, so what happened with Quill is he didn't quite make it to where he needed to, and that was kind of an unforgiving death zone where it sent him pretty far back. And Noah's going to be heading into the first boss here. Most of the bosses have at least some form of RNG to them. So what they're going to be doing here is they're going to go for a power-up. Noah and Quill are both going to go for a power-up here. We'll see what they get. Noah got invincibility, so that's kind of nice. At least can't take damage. Quill's going to get the slowdown. Slowdown really isn't that bad in this fight because you don't really need to have a lot of mobility. So the weird thing about the power-ups is there's a couple power downs actually. There's a slowdown and a short tongue. So most of the time what we're hoping for is speed up. But the reason that we don't go for just every single power-up is because there are some of those power downs that you could get. So a lot of times there's a risk-reward factor that goes into it. So this game has 6 stages, and they're both heading into Carnival Land, which is the second stage. This level is probably the most just straight-up skill. There's very little luck involved in this level. It's also got a lot of really cool, fun skips and strats. Right here, Noah's taking a death that is done on purpose just to reset these carpets. So a lot of things in this game, they want you to just kind of wait and ride it out. And one of the fun things about the mechanic, though, of the tongue is it gives you the opportunity to kind of skip through it even faster. So it's nice that the game kind of allows you that room to play around with. And then this section here, there's
Swag
these
stairs.
rising stairs. Quill's looking really good, yeah. So the stairs kind of rise up, so there's a strategy where you can kind of hop along the edges of the rising stairs there. So it makes it go a lot quicker. We call them swag stairs because they look really cool. And then they're going to be coming up on the Ferris Wheels here. This is another section where the game kind of gives you the opportunity to just kind of sit and wait and ride if you want. But obviously this is a race, so we're going fast, so we're not going to be doing that. And they're going to make their way through here a lot quicker.
Yo, that was actually pretty clean from me.
And then there's another big skip here that they're going for. Not too difficult, but basically they're cutting out another big section of this level. Saves a good like 30 to 40 seconds than going the other way. And then they're going to be coming up soon on another skip that is going to save a big amount of time. And it's probably one of the more challenging skips when you're first starting off to learn. but it's a big time save, so a lot of people opt to learn it as soon as they can. But it's called Trapeze Skip. So basically what there is there's a section where there's a trapeze that you're supposed to make your way through, and then a little section after that as well. But what they're going to actually do is grab onto the trapeze and slingshot themselves in a completely different direction and hope to hit another death zone that takes them further into the level. There's actually kind of a weird fake out here where the platform that usually takes you to the boss just takes you to another section in the level, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, that is funny.
Can I jump in really quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
We have a $50 donation from Shinmaru. Have a great race, Noah and Quill. Proud of Noah for working so hard to become a great CT2 runner. She's an inspiration to everyone. Hashtag Team Fred. And just want to let you know, that already puts us halfway to upgrading the Astalon Tears of the Earth run later on to a race. So if you want to see that race, we're already halfway there.
That is great.
Thank you, Shin.
And Quill got Trapeze first try, Noah with a really good second try. It's actually very difficult, to get the timing down if you miss it the first time, because the timing is just different. You're waiting for it to come back. So that's a really great job getting it the second try. And Quill's going to head over here to the boss. So this boss is Burgerboss. It's a big burger, and you fight him by shooting little burgers at him. The only really RNG in this boss is how long it takes before he does his first attack on you. So if you're lucky, he'll take a little while, and you can get a lot of damage in.
I got a really good one there.
Yeah,
also, I know this is a little too technical for what's going on right now, but should I share my screen to Discord so Mro doesn't have a delay? Just realized I wasn't doing that. That's 3.
I think the bot can do it.
Okay.
Hang on. We'll find out.
All right. Oh. Yeah, thank you, Kitsune, for the 3. There was 4.
We still got a really good race going on here. Very close. Quill actually made a little mistake here, which is going to give Noah time to even catch up, which is going to keep things really close. So this is another big skip in this level. Again, just cutting out a big chunk of the level. Probably, again, about a third of this level that they're cutting out. Saves about a whole minute.
5.
They're slingshotting off of this ice sculpture here and into the void, and arriving on this section over here. So this is Iceland. It's one of the shorter levels in the game, especially now that we cut out a big chunk of it. One of the kind of tough parts about this is it has like ice physics.
6.
So it's a little tough at first because you have to deal with kind of sliding around a little bit more than you would in the other levels. And then what they're trying to do here is a skip on this mini boss where they're jumping up on this wall and hopping over to the platform behind it. The reason you have to jump up on the wall is the platform that rises, you actually cannot grab onto with the tongue. It's one of the few sections in this game that you can't grab onto because, of course, the game wants you to fight the boss, but we still found a way to skip it anyway. And then they're going to be coming up on a little hockey section here. It's a really easy section to do. There's a strat that's pretty easy, but if you fail it, it can really cause some problems because then you're just bouncing around.
I was close to failing there. Had a very awkward tongue shape.
Yeah, Quill managed to just clutch it out in time.
Hey, Mro, do you want to mention why we play on Japanese?
Yeah.
Other than aesthetically, it's more better?
Yeah, so there's a few version differences between the US and the Japanese. Obviously, there is an aesthetic version. For those who've played the US, the chameleons look a little different. Some people very much don't like the way the US look. they're not quite as cute and big-headed as they are in this. But the other main reason is not only do the bosses have more health on the US version, but the tongue mechanic is a little bit different and slower on the US version. So when you grab onto something in this game, the time it takes for you to start being pulled is actually longer on the US version, which also causes more time loss. But probably the biggest is just the fact that all the bosses are much quicker on the Japanese version.
I also saw Ryan Ford in the chat. Howdy. I saw that you enjoyed these games, or at least CT1. I recommend you try CT2 and also speedrun both of them. It's a good time.
Yeah, and then this is the Iceland Boss. Probably the most RNG boss in this game, just based on the fact that all the enemies that you're grabbing to fire at him just fall randomly. When you combine this with kind of the ice physics, it makes it kind of a interesting boss. I really like this boss just because it's pretty fun and there's a lot of like improv in it and trying to grab the snowmen in the best possible way.
Fine. Everybody really in the chat, take a crack at this game. It's a great speed game. This one and Chameleon Twist 1.
Please join us.
One of us. One of us.
And if we have any other donations, feel free to read them now or cut me off at any point.
Well, I will do that. We have a $10 donation from Alolan Doug Trios. I hope I said that correctly. $10. Let's go, Noah. Hashtag Team Fred.
My Team Linda's at.
Oh, I haven't seen a single Team Rinda. I don't know what's going on. Y'all don't like Rinda.
Fred's where it's at.
Even I'm Team Fred.
well.
Yeah, Fred's a great chameleon. For whatever reason, all the chameleons have pretty neutral facial expressions, but Fred, for whatever reason, looks kind of sad. I don't know why they decided to add a chameleon that was sad, but they did, and that's Fred. But we love him anyway. A little sleepy. So this is Edoland, 4th stage in the game. It's actually, I think, the longest stage in both games combined. Both this game and the first game combined. This is like the longest stage out of all the stages. This section here that they're going through is the boat section.
Heck.
But both runners really close still. Especially going into the last 2 levels, there's a lot of opportunities for time to catch up or time to lose. So it's crazy that they're this close already, but it's going to get really interesting once we get into those last 2 levels.
Yes, I got invincibility. I'm not going to donate $20 from this fight alone.
Oh, heck.
So this is a little mini boss. Usually isn't too difficult, but can cause problems sometimes.
It can cause problems when you're bad at it, like me. Okay. We're out.
Yeah, and then the other kind of interesting thing about this game is there is times where, as you kind of saw, it brings you to a new section, and the game's actually loading in another part of the game. So as far as we know, there's no way to get to those sections until you load those in, because we believe that they're actually just loading in the section of the game.
Oh no. 11.
Yeah, and then this part that Quill's making his way through, it's a X and O pattern that you basically are trying to memorize before you hop into it. If you get the incorrect
Oh my god.
one, it's gonna hit you there and take a little damage and take a little time. So you ideally want a nice pattern that is going to be easy to learn.
Pattern is not good.
Both of them struggle a little bit through there. And then another kind of interesting thing that is being done by Quill right now is not only does it quickly get you through this section to kind of take a death there, but it's also going to kind of reset the cycle for these platforms that he's making his way up the wall. So it makes it a lot quicker. And then pretty soon they're going to be coming up on the boss in about a minute or so. This boss is probably the least RNG boss. It's so small that you really don't even notice it. But mostly what is going to be happening is they're going to be fighting this boss, and it's a frog boss that you'll see. And there's very little opportunity to rack up damage normally because he basically is going to be bouncing around from platforms, and he jumps around so many times before he'll jump in the water. And so once he jumps in the water, he swims around a lot and then he'll attack. But the thing is, if you just die, it kind of resets his attacking cycle, so you're able to kind of rack up damage and not have to wait for him to fall in the water. So it's kind of a nice strat we use to make through a boss that would normally be very lengthy.
This is definitely my favorite boss in the game because there's such a lack of RNG. Noah, how about you? What's your favorite boss?
I like Wheelwrists. The Iceland Boss.
We've affectionately named him Wheelwrists.
Can I jump in really quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
We have a $5 donation from Alex saying, "Let's go, Noah," hashtag Team Fred. And we have a $50 donation from 50, very fast chameleon moving at incredible high speed, hashtag Team Fred. So thank you. That pushes us over $2,500.
Wow, all right.
Keep those donations coming in. We are crushing the incentives. Team Chameleon is putting the Gerri Aid on its back right now.
We do what we gotta do.
Great to hear. Yeah, so Quill made his way through that boss pretty easily. So like you can kind of see now what I was talking about with the frog bouncing around between the platforms, and taking the deaths resets him back up there so you can take him out quickly and don't have to wait for him to jump in the water. Now Quill's making his way through the 5th stage, Toyland.
I'm failing my way through the 5th stage, Toyland.
So this is there's a couple ways to get through this section here. Both are very similar in time. One's a little faster. Quill's going for the slightly faster way. The longer way is you kind of run across a bridge there and then hop across this wall. The game wants you to actually go into a room and fight kind of like another mini boss, but we just skipped that.
Oh heck, missed the Lego.
Oh, that's rough. That one's not like that bad of a loss, but it just feels bad.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing about this level is this is the level that can really be affected by the power-ups, because there's a lot of straightaways in this, where if you get a speed up, you can really make full use of that speed up, where you can just run for the full time. So it really saves a lot of time if you can get them.
I did not. I gotta slow down that. And I don't know the backup yet.
Oh heck.
Yeah, so there's a couple backups that you can do with the slowdown. You can basically just jump off and die. Cole's kind of doing an option of that where he just gets a little bit further as well. But this race is still very, very close.
How close are we?
I'd probably say, within 20 seconds of each other.
That's really close. That's closer than any of our practice races that we did, I think.
Come on, Fred. Come on, get up. Let's go.
Oh, yo, I gotta speed up.
Yeah, so you'll see here with this speed up, this section with all the cards is another section with a lot of just straightaway. So it really gets you to utilize that speed up. The speed up is a really fun power up in this game. You really just you feel like you're flying so fast.
Oh, I got down speed at the cards. Cool.
Oh, Kitsune, I fell on purpose there.
Yeah, luckily the down speed at that section isn't too much of a time loss if you do get it. So it's definitely worth the risk reward of getting the power up for that one. And then Quill's gonna be coming up on this cuckoo clock section here, where this little bird pops out and you jump on the platform. Fortunately, he did not get hit by the little bird. That would have been a big time loss if you do, and you fall off because then the clock has to completely wind up and you lose 15 seconds. Also kind of interesting about this game is, for this boss, it's the only level where the platform of the boss is not just a normal platform, it's an airplane. Kind of interesting. Now this is the Toyland Boss. So there's 3 things that the boss can do to start. He can either shoot out a cannonball, shoot out these little robots, or he can just spin. So you're either hoping for a cannonball or the robots, because either way you can do damage. If he spins, it's kind of unfortunate because it's just time loss. But then from there, you're basically just grabbing up the little enemies he shoots out and firing it back at him. If you stand kind of along the edge where Quill's at, where you're close up, you won't get hit by the little guys, so it's pretty easy to not get damage in this fight, except for when he's spinning around. A really good fight from Quill here to take out the boss.
I had some good RNG in that fight.
Yeah. And
not the best you could ever get, but his spins...
The other... Yeah.
Go ahead.
The other element of RNG in that fight is the amount of time he takes spinning between each attack is random as well. So sometimes he'll just do a half spin. Sometimes he'll do 2 full spins. So ideally you get really short spins so you can get back to taking him out.
So I think I'm up to 12 now.
And now Noah's going to be heading into the final level too. So very, very close race here. There's 2 skips, 2 big skips in this level.
13.
Quill doesn't get it the first try.
Yeah, I haven't missed that in forever.
It's not a particularly tough skip, but there are opportunities to miss it if you're just kind of off a little bit. And then he's going to be going into the next section of this level with another skip, where basically what he's going to be doing is he's going to grab onto a pole and use this mechanic to swing himself and flip himself up onto the wall, and then he's going to slingshot himself to another section of the level.
Yeah, this looks really cool. I love this one. Oh no, I failed it. Okay, 14. Oh no.
So one of the kind of tricky parts about this too is the wall that you're grabbing on, you can't actually grab onto the back side of the wall because the game doesn't think you should be there anyway. So you actually have to bring your tongue back around and grab on to the other side of the wall.
Oh no. Oh no. Please. Come on, Fred. Yes!
15, 16. Grabbing the safety heart. Not getting stuck in the cage, though. Never seen that happen to a speedrunner before. Right, Noah?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, they are both very close here. And there's going to be a little element of RNG for the final boss as well. The first phase that he does is a red fire, which is kind of a sweeping pattern. The second phase is where the RNG kind of comes in. It's either it's a blue fire, but it's going to either follow you or be random. Ideally, you get the follow fire because you can do a lot more damage that way. And the third fire is a yellow that is just a straight yellow. So ideally, you beat this boss in 2 or 3 cycles, depending on what you get for that blue fire. But they are both really close here, so this should be a very good finish.
Had a really good phase 1 there. But now I'm getting the random blue fires.
So this could definitely
17.
be an opportunity for Noah to catch up.
18.
And then time is going to be when they get the final hit on the fight here.
I'm going to take an intentional damage here to grab these better.
No, don't fall off the edge, Fred. That's fine.
Oh, I fell out too. 19? Or was that 20? Or somewhere.
Oh, come on. Come on, Fred.
Oh, this is really close.
Time.
Ah! Ah! So close! Wow! Holy crap!
Wow, very close finish.
Wow! That's amazing.
That was what, like
Wow.
2-3 seconds?
That's
Wow.
wild. That's really nice that ended so close.
GG.
That was a nail biter. You guys were like 3 seconds apart or something. Really crazy.
Wow. What a rush.
And that's been Chameleon Twist 2. Anything you guys want to say?
Yeah. First of all, we have another run coming up by just me this time, right? Right. That's what's going on.
Yes, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing boss rush.
Okay.
We're gonna watch you have
All
fun
right.
with those nasty bosses.
Yeah, we're gonna do some boss rush. We're gonna have to cut away for just a second before we continue. And our good friend Noah has been doing some practice for her commentary on the boss rush as well. Is that right?
I'll do my best.
All right.
I might be over before I can even say anything, right, Quill? Because you're so good.
Well, we'll see.
All right, well, that has been the Chameleon Twist 2 race. Let me get the words out in the right order. We're going to take a quick pause to get set up for the boss rush hard mode, and when we come back, we'll be live doing that. So we're going to take a quick swing over to Intermission, listen to some York Land and some Squidbird, and we'll get you right back to the Chameleon Twist action.